Who is this that obscures my plans with words without knowledge? Brace yourself like a man, for I will question you, and you shall answer me.
Long ago, in the land of Uz, there lived a man named Job. He was blameless, upright, fearing God, and shunning evil. Job had 7 sons and 3 daughters. He owned 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, and many oxen and donkeys. Every morning, Job offered sacrifices for his children. One day, in the heavenly courts, Satan came before God. God said, "Have you considered my servant Job?" Satan replied, "Does Job fear God for nothing? Stretch out your hand and strike him, and he will curse you." God said, "Very well, everything he has is in your hands." One day, Job's oxen and donkeys were stolen by raiders. Fire fell from heaven and burned his sheep. A windstorm collapsed the house where Job's children were feasting. Job tore his robe and worshipped God. He said, "The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." In all this, Job did not sin by blaming God. Satan then afflicted Job with painful sores from head to toe. His wife said, "Curse God and die." But Job refused. 3 friends came to comfort Job. They sat silently with him for 7 days and nights. Job cursed the day of his birth and lamented his suffering. He said, "May the day of my birth perish." His friends, distressed by his words, began to speak. Eliphaz said, "The innocent prosper. Your suffering suggests sin." Bildad said, "If you are upright, God will restore you." Zophar said, "You talk too much. Repent, and God will lift you." But Job maintained his innocence and defended his integrity. Job said, "I know that my Redeemer lives." God spoke to Job out of the whirlwind. "Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Who marked off its dimensions? Surely you know. Can you bring forth the constellations in their seasons? Do you give the horse its strength?" Humbled by God's words, Job repented in dust and ashes. God rebuked Job's friends for their false accusations. Job prayed for his friends, and God restored his fortunes. The Lord restored Job's fortunes, giving him twice as much as before. All Job's family and friends came to comfort him. Each gave him a piece of silver and a gold ring. Job was blessed with 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, 1,000 oxen, and 1,000 donkeys. He had 7 more sons and 3 more daughters. His daughters were the most beautiful in the land. Job lived 140 more years and saw 4 generations of his descendants. And so, Job's journey came to an end, but the lessons of his story live on. Let us now reflect on the timeless wisdom his life teaches us. Faith remains steadfast, even in the face of unimaginable trials. Suffering is not always a result of sin, but a test of faith. True friends should comfort, not judge, during hardship. God's wisdom and power are beyond human understanding. Trials refine and strengthen our character. God restores more than we have lost when we remain faithful. Humility allows us to see God's greatness. God's plans are for His glory and our ultimate good. Let Job's faith inspire us to endure and trust in God. God's power reminds us to trust His sovereignty in all circumstances. Patience during trials leads to spiritual growth and deeper faith. Humility helps us see God's greatness and our dependence on Him. God's plans are always for His glory and our good. Even in suffering, God is present and working for our ultimate good. Restoration often comes in ways we least expect. Through faith, we find strength to endure and trust God's love. The story of Job reminds us to worship and trust God at all times. Job's story shows us that trials refine us and reveal God's glory. God's faithfulness is unchanging, and His plans are perfect. May we always remember, Our Redeemer lives.